بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وبعد. قال الشيخ المنقح علاء الدين المرداوي الحنبلي تغمده الله برحمته وأسكنه فسيح جنته ونفعنا بعلومه وعلوم مشايخنا في الدارين آمين. قال ذلك لما أورد شبهة السمنية والبراهمة واحتجاجهم بوجهين وذكرهم، وسأذكرهما بعد ذلك. We were talking in the last verse about whether al-yaqeen certainty can be of different levels or not. And here he says that this was mentioned by Ibn Qadi al-Jabal, this was mentioned when he mentioned the evidence, the very weak evidence. We call the weak evidence shubha. If the evidence of your opponent, and if the madhab of your opponent or the position of your opponent is weak, you do not call his evidence dalil, you call his evidence shubha. It is the shubha of some sects. They are not even Islamic sects, as-Sumaniyya wal-Barahima, or some people consider them Islamic sects, but they are not actually. As-Sumaniyya wal-Barahima, and the fact that they seek proof in two things. He mentioned them, we will mention them بعد ذلك, later they will be mentioned, he said. قوله, then he moves to another part of the matn. قوله وحكي عن البراهمة لا يفيده واكتفوا بالعقل. It has been narrated from البراهمة that التواتر does not benefit certainty. واكتفوا بالعقل, they only confirmed the certainty that is benefited from logic or from the intellect. The certainty that the certainty that is benefited from one's intellect, the certainty whose source is one's intellect. Yes. وحصر السمنية العلم في الحواس الخمس. السمنية claimed that certainty can only be acquired by the five senses. So this is the only way of acquiring certainty. Apparently we have two different parties here, al-Barahima was-Sumaniyya. وقيل, it has been said, يفيد بالموجود للماضي. It has been said that al-Mutawatir benefits you certainty for something that is existent now, not something that happened or used to be existent in the past. وهو عناد, literally it means stubbornness, being stubborn. And we will postpone the discussion of this. He will discuss it in a brief manner, but at some point we will discuss the madhahib or the sects of the sophists, السفسطائية, in a detailed way, and we will read what Shaykh Najmuddin al-Tufi said about them in Sharh Mukhtasar al-Rawda. In the last dars I told you to prepare Sharh Mukhtasar al-Rawda, the first volume. My apologies, it is the second volume, my mistake. When I looked back, didn't see where it is. It's hidden behind the chair, this blessed chair of al-Hanabila radiyallahu anhum. Apparently I am the only Hanbali who so maybe a couple of Hanabila taught on this chair, but I call it the chair of al-Hanabila. When I die, take it and make it a part of any school, whatever the school is, any Hanbali school. وهو عناد, we will explain al-inad because this is the behavior of the sophists. Basically they say no, it's not like that, just like that. So they say it is like that, and when you try to discuss it with them, they say no, it's just like that, no discussion, basically. But there are more details that we will discuss later. قال here we have a very interesting pronunciation. He says السمانية بضم السين المهملة وبتشديد الميم. طائفة من الهند عبدته الأصنام. They are an Indian sect. They worship idols. يقولون بالتناسخ. I do not know the word that we use in English for this meaning of التناسخ, but the meaning is that this soul that I have now will go to someone else, or to another living organism, to another body. So my soul had been in the past with someone else, and then now I have it, and then it will go to another person or another animal, maybe, it depends. Yes, so they believe in التناسخ, and this is التناسخ. وينقل ذلك عن البراهمة. It has also been narrated or reported from البراهمة. وهم طائفة لا يجوزون على الله تعالى بعثة الرسل, and they are a sect who believe that it's not even possible, it's impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send messengers. Okay, this pronunciation of the word as-Summaniyya, this pronunciation of the word as-Summaniyya, as I pronounced it before, so as-Summaniyya, I think this might be a mistake. I will read you what the Tufi said, because this is هذا مبلغ علمي يعني. This is the best, to the best of my knowledge, this is the case. الطوفي رضي الله عنه says, page 75, شرح مختصر الروضة, second volume. السمانية بضم السين. This is the الجوهري said so. Yes, السمانية بضم السين وفتح الميم. فرقة من عبدة الأصنام تقول بالتناسخ وتنكر وقوع العلم بالأخبار. وقال والبراهمة قوم لا يجوزون على الله بعثة الرسل. Same thing that we have just explained, and they deny that certainty can happen as a result of a report. Apparently we are discussing متواتر reports here, that's why. Yes, قلت, توفي comments, قلت إنما ذكرت هذا, I've mentioned this, and I've mentioned this from a scholar in the Arabic language, لأني سمعت كثيرا من عامة الفقهاء والأصوليين, because I heard a lot of the مشايخ, not great scholars, not great in rank, but they are the مشايخ of الفقه and الأصول, بل وخاصتهم, and the ones who possess like great ranks among the fuqaha and the scholars of الأصول, يقولون السمنية. So sometimes they even call them السمنية, and this is wrong. بفتح السين وسكون الميم ويعتقدونها نسبة إلى السمن المأكول, and they think it's like from السمن that we eat. It's this greasy substance, السمن. It's like butter, but it's not butter, it's like butter. Yes, it's this greasy substance that we use in cooking. السمن المأكول. وبعضهم يقول السمانية بضم السين وفتح الميم وتشديدها وليس فيها تشديد. There is no تشديد in الميم. For this is what الشيخ نجم الدين الطوفي رضي الله عنه said, that there is no تشديد, and this is the best of my knowledge, and to the best of my knowledge it's السمانية, not السمانية. Yes. وعن السفسطائية بضم السين المهملة الأولى وبالفاء، وربما قيل السفسطانية بنون بعد الألف، قوم ينكرون الخالق. It has also been narrated from sophists, and sophists, or they are called سفسطائية in Arabic, sometimes سفسطانية, إية or نية. Yes. They deny the existence of a creator. قال العلماء, scholars said, in some versions I believe it's العقلاء, So it's just قال العقلاء, but here قال العلماء والعقلاء both. قالوا المتواتر قال العلماء والعقلاء قالوا المتواتر يفيد العلم لعلمهم ببلاد نائية وأمم ماضية وأنبياء وخلفاء وملوك بمجرد الأخبار كعلمهم بالمحسات جزما خاليا عن التردد. Scholars and sane or intellectuals said Al-Mutawatir benefits certainty because people know certainly, this is what they say, about faraway places, faraway cities or countries, and ancient people or ancient peoples, ancient civilizations, yes, prophets, caliphs, kings. Basically, all this knowledge is acquired based on the mere the mere concept of reporting, the report stories, the ahwal of these people, yes, stories, reports. And this is the same, or this is compared, he says كعلمهم, he's comparing it to the knowledge that is acquired by the senses. And he describes this جزما خاليا عن التردد, it's certainty that is free of hesitancy. Yes, so we have here certainty, and you do not have, you are not hesitant about it. A logician, an Aristotelian logician, will show you how you might be a little bit hesitant about the existence of a faraway country that you've never visited, that you've never seen before. Especially if you only rely on the report that it exists. This is important. Okay? But to be fair, also a logician, especially a person who comes from a Sufi background maybe, will tell you about the fact that we might be hesitant about something that we are seeing now, or hearing, or so. But this is not really our discussion. We understand what he means by certainty without being hesitant, or being certain without being hesitant. وحكي عن قوم قيل هم البراهمة. It has been narrated from some people, and it is said, or it was said, that they are, or they were البراهمة وهم لا يجوزون على الله بعث الرسل. They do not allow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they do not think it's allowed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends messengers. وقيل هم السمنية فرقة من عبدة الأصنام يقولون بالتناسخ. It has also been narrated from Sumaniya, or it has been claimed that the Sumaniya said so, and they are a sect who worship idols, and they believe in التناسخ, as we mentioned earlier, that it does not benefit certainty. It does not benefit certainty. It has been narrated from these sects that it does not benefit certainty. We've already mentioned that. وقيل يفيد عن الموجود للماضي. They said it benefits certainty if this thing is existent now, but if it's something that happened in the past, then it does not benefit you certainty. لأن تباينهم يمنع اجتماعهم على خبر كاجتماعهم على حب طعام واحد. The argument here that the differences And when someone says it benefits certainty if we are talking about something that exists now, but it does not benefit you certainty when it comes to something that happened in the past. Their differences, the differences people have in general, will prevent them from having such an agreement on a report. The same way their tastes makes it impossible for them to have an agreement on one food. This is what has been said. Now, then he said ثم الجملة مركبة من واحد ويمكن كذبه فكذا هي. He says, when there is a statement, the statement is a compound statement. It has been structured by one person. And it is possible that this person lies. But it is also possible that the sentence becomes a lie. So if every individual among the individuals of al-Mutawatir, يعني it is possible that every individual among the individuals of al-Mutawatir lie in the formation, in structuring the sentence. So the final result, we might have a lie, we might have a mistake, a lie. Also, قال ويلزم تناقض المعلومين بتعارض تواترين. And if we have two certainties that we benefit from two mutawatir reports and they are contradictory, then they are not mutawatir. Yeah, we have two contradictory certainties. You imagine this? ويلزم تناقض المعلومين بتعارض تواترين. So the result of two mutawatir reports contradicting, the result is that we have two certainties that are contradicting. So how do we describe them as certainties? Because if two things are contradictory, then we have to confirm one of them and deny the other. وحصول العلم بنقل أهل الكتاب ما يضاد الإسلام. I think the sentence is ويلزم بحصول العلم بنقل أهل الكتاب ما يضاد الإسلام يعني يلزموا ما يضاد الإسلام. Yeah, also if we have certainty because of the transmission of the people of the scripture, if this benefits us certainty, this leads to what contradicts al-Islam or what opposes al-Islam. ولأن الضروري لا يختلف ولا يخالف. The necessities, the necessity does not change. It does not have variation, so it's just one necessity and does not change, and it cannot be opposed. And we have already وقد فرقنا ضرورة بين المتواتر والمحسن. We've made a difference that we consider necessary difference between al-mutawatir, something which is mutawatir, and something which is accessed by one of the senses, something which is sensed. وخالفناكم, and we have opposed you. And if you call something necessary or necessity, it cannot be opposed. لا يختلف, it does not change. ولا يخالف, cannot be opposed. So this is a paragraph on their shubuhat, or the things that they consider evidence, their arguments. Let's continue. ورد ذلك بأنه تشكيك في الضروري فلا يسمع. So one of the responses is that they are actually doubting or questioning something that is considered, something that is seen as a necessity. But if we consider it a necessity, then our obligation or our the behavior that logic dictates is that we do not hear them. And I believe I've mentioned this to you many times before. It's not heard in the first place. And if it's not heard, then we neither approve nor disapprove, because approval or disapproval are the branches of hearing something first. But we decided not to hear them because what they said is not worthy of being heard. قاله الرازي في المحصول. This is what الرازي, فخر الدين الرازي, said in المحصول. وتابعه ابن مفلح وغيره. ابن مفلح and others followed what الإمام فخر الدين الرازي said. طيب. قال ابن قاضي الجبل: قلت قال الأرموي والجواب أن هذا ليس بجواب. Let me check the pronunciation of this name that I have just read. I just need to make sure that I'm not pronouncing it, that I'm not making a mistake in the pronunciation. I believe it could be الأرموي, but I'm not sure. This is from سير أعلام النبلاء. الأرموي, so it's not الأرموي, الأرموي. Yes. قال الأرموي: والجواب أن هذا ليس بجواب بل الحق أن المعلومات متفاوتة. والجواب أن هذا ليس بجواب. If I want to understand this correctly, if I want this to make sense, he's saying our answer, or the answer that we give, or the response that we give, is that there is no answer, that this is not an answer. Yani our answer, our response is that we do not give you a response, because al-haq, and this use of this word is serious, and the use of this word is serious to call something الحق. This is the ultimate truth. والحق أن المعلومات متفاوتة, that certainties they have تفاوت, or they have of different levels, of different degrees. He says in التحصيل, he says والجواب أن التشكيك في الضروريات لا يستحق الجواب. If a person questions necessities, this is a person who does not deserve to receive a response, or to receive an answer. Yes. ولقائل أن يقول هذا ليس بجواب بل جواب الأول أن اليقينين قد يتفاوتان. So ابن قاضي الجبل يعني extracted a part without giving us the full statement. But this changed the way I have read it. When he says الجواب أن هذا ليس بجواب, the way I explained it is fine, but it does not explain the statement. It explains another statement. I wanted it to explain the statement, but because it was the only one I have. But when I read the footnote, what he quoted from التحصيل, he gave one perspective, that it's not heard, no response is deserved. This is one. Someone might say that this is not an answer, and the proper answer is that the two certainties might be of different degrees. You know, when they said that there are two certainties and they might be contradictory, so he says they might be of different degrees. So this is the answer. This is the answer of someone who might answer something like this. طيب, but is this the initial way of seeing the matter? No. Initial way of seeing the matter is to say the assumption that there are two contradictory certainties is not heard, because you are questioning the idea of certainty itself. But do not assume that there are two contradictory certainties. If it happens, then one of them is a certainty and the other is not. But the other way of giving an answer is they could be one could be stronger than the other. This leads to the same result. If one is stronger than the other, what does this mean? That we will favor the stronger. We will not confirm both of them because there is a difference or a gap between them when it comes to the strength of certainty. We will not confirm both of them. We will have to confirm one of them, deny the other. Otherwise, we are just violating the basic laws of logic. قال ابن قاضي الجبل وهي مسألة خلاف وذكر ما تقدم قبل ذلك في مسألة ابن عبد السلام في التفاوت. خلاص, we've already mentioned that. Ibn Qadi al-Jabal mentioned that this is we have different opinions. This is one of the issues where we have different opinions, whether certainties can belong to different levels, or certainties can be seen as something that is decreasing or increasing or so. We've mentioned this in the issue of Al-Izz ibn Abd al-Salam. طيب. We will have to continue next dars. خلاص. Next dars will be it has to be connected to this dars. When students are listening to this dars, they have to listen to the next part in the same sitting, one sitting, not two different sittings, because I have mentioned some shubuhat and the protocol dictates that I answer these shubuhat, but I'm recording these videos, and if they become long, it becomes very difficult to send them to anyone, to send them to the admins or sheikh mashayikh or so. I will stop this video here and I will continue in the following one the detailed responses to the shubuhat of these misguided sects who denied that al-mutawatir benefits any sort of or any type of certainty. I will begin next time from قال ابن مفلح الأول ممنوع. والله تعالى أعلى وأعلم، وصلي اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم، والحمد لله رب العالمين.